also seeking an amendment to Title 18 relative to the receipt of absentee ballots.
Yes, please state that your talk is on what's there. You have something for members that you want to show.
Well, I spoke to Ms. Georgie.
So you have to say the name, and this is if you have talked a few of us.
I don't believe I spoke to Ms. Wells about doing it. But I noted in my last travel to the Orlando area that they had the election, including congressional elections for the representative. And I noticed with interest that their law allows them to cut off the receipt of absentee ballots on the day of election. The reason, therefore, is because they also are under the mandate of the MOVE Act, which requires them to send out the ballots 45 days in advance. Thus, it would seem to me if we are compliant with the law that we go 45 days in advance, there's no reason why it can't be back in our hands by the end of the close of election on election night. And I would like for us to seriously consider today at the appropriate time moving that as a recommended amendment to Title 18 rather than waiting 10 days after the election. I feel comfortable at long, well, we done our election update, so in order for us to get that, we will have to actually enforce a few questions to make sure that we are on track in terms of what we're doing. But I would think that there should be no reason, we know what we have to do, that the ballot start going out before the 45 days. And that would assure that we don't have to wait the 10 days after the 40. Have a comment?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, but I'm thinking, I don't know how to do the option, but I think you pray firmly and see what happens. You put a line to change, but I don't think it's anything to the general. And see what happens in Berkeley with these ballots, because this is the first time using the system. You might say it's okay, but I'm saying you might be in some foreign country where we can't get to get it back in 45 days. And so you don't want to, like you said, take away anybody's right. I was in Cuba and it was such a process to get it here that I had to do the fax way. And the email is another way that we're coming up with. But now we have to check this machine to see if it could take fax and if it could take email. So I'm saying I'll do some more research, but I would caution it if somebody is doing maybe change the work, try it primary first, and then you could change it to the general. But I won't push it to change right now because it's a process.
If you guys agree that you want it. The reason why I'm saying this,
it's a joint tool, and you could take it, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It will be a lot. It will be a lot.
Look at it.
The reason I'm suggesting that is because remember it doesn't the ballot really doesn't make a difference because these are absentee ballots that will go out. It's going to be the same ballot that supposedly according to what we discussed, are the same ballot that we are using for the election. So the problem I found, and I think is Hendrik found, is that if you fold these ballots, I mean, I guess we will send them out without folding them, but if you fold these ballots, crush them in any way, it will affect the machine. And we had an experience, we had an experience I kind of folded them up in a folder to move with them, and I forgot, it was mentioned that
you messed up something here, no?
you have to give 25 until it's ready to be used flat, because we had the machine would not read what refused to read them when it with a slight crease.
No problem.
Yeah, so we had a very bad experience doing that up at high school sometimes. No, but whenever
so all of that is good. But once I give you a ballot and you are standing in line, our people have the tendency to roll and do all sorts of things with it, and look at this, and just the simple thing.
Yeah.
So you see, yes, so that's why I told Mr. Washington that is, you have to do stress.
I went by one day, I started thinking about the good.
Yeah.
Remember, Henry is saying, it's moving the line.
Yeah.
And they go in their little boot. And they're like, I can't. Yeah, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to worry about
And
But
it
I
really,
still with you and I'm the one that,
but I say this to me, little, our 10-year rule has a big hole in it. And I don't want to discuss it publicly, like a serious big rule, it has a big hole in it. Because they're not, remember, absentee ballots are not postmarked. So you don't know when that person actually voted. You don't know. No. Absentee ballots go in front envelope, which means they travel free. They don't and you can vote. Technically, you can actually vote the night after election and get it back there. Okay? So, and we've had issues of that nature because after the election day should be the end of the election. So that's something that I think we need to discuss. So that was my idea in terms of what I witnessed. Additionally, what I like to find out is where we are with our candidate packages, because yes, I wasn't in your report, but that's why I have it there, because we do not, as you can note from our calendar, we do not have a date as to when, in fact, the packages are ready.
We revise the calendar, we put it on there, that's all. Okay, now.
But it's not in the code. It's not in the code.
So, correct, so then.
So we need to get them out as soon as possible.
We have a date here, Mr. Chair, what is that? 7th of April, they'll be ready. So end of this month, and I can take you in the room, the packages are started last week.
April 7th.
Putting them together last week, we started to make the packages.
April 7th, they'll be ready.
April 7th, they'll be ready for pickup. First day to circulate is the 13th of April. So this was sent to each of the board members yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it.
And that's the revision that we had. So when we first had the first draft, it wasn't on there. And so the goal was to put it in the media and announce it. But then since we had to do a revision, we put it on here.
Okay.
So the packages are ready. And we have a checklist. I have a checklist.
April 7th.
Everything that should go in the package.
and then you're saying,
And the common filing date is May 18th, right?
no, I thought,
13th.
May 13th.
13th. Last day to turn in. Last day to be filed.
Okay?
so I think to bring back in a petition.
Of May, yeah.
Of May.
March, yeah.
Remember we got
It was April and
No. April 13th is the day to start the
Yes.
circulation.
I didn't know it was.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't on the last draft, but it's on this
Okay,
one.
that's
And
that
we're
one.
gonna put it out, and we have to publish it in the media like a couple months before, so it's gonna.
And that's why I'm saying,
So we can
there's
do
no reason why once we get in balance by May 13th, I guess, we should be ready to start signing up. Do we have a perspective from your position, from where you sit, notwithstanding this is the first election for many, do you have it?
I know the same.
Set up the other side, that's the media no place, yeah.
Pretty good, that's all I said.
Yes. Whatever statement falls, we're back on the record. Whatever statement falls, do we have a prospective date in terms of after we receive the candidates' petitions on the 13th of May? Do you have in mind a specific date as to when, in fact, we can be ready to start creating our ballots so that it can be ready to be sent out? How long do you think, in other words, because in terms of vetting the candidates and being ready to start put them into their categories?
We were projecting, and I spoke to Ms. Halliard on this as I go back to the folks that came before me. You're looking at maybe 5 days, because once you pass the last, the 23rd, that's when we need to get the number, and then, we could look through, make sure. So between that week, 5 days.
I think you're being very, very ambitious. Almost impossible in 5 days. With the amount of people you're in that coming in. Because you're gonna have to check. You have to check to make sure that in fact they are qualified.
Well, they have
And
it here.
they know the name. Well,
Oh, sorry, I gave you a wrong date. The 10th of June. 10th of June, it's on here.
Yeah, because then you have
10th
3
of June, because I have 3 days for the defect,
to take out.
to those that are not there. So
Oh.
sorry, I gave you the wrong date.
What is May 13th?
June, the 10th of June for what you were saying.
That's when the certified all the nominees.
Okay, certification.
And then,
I want to commend Mr. Supervisor because I noticed she put 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Instead of we've been doing it for 5 o'clock, which I thought was
And
the
what?
dumbest thing.
Oh, no, we voted on that.
And then,
We voted that time.
they vote on that, no, I
Yes,
put
we
the
did.
time. They had one
Yes,
that,
We did.
they had one that said about the casting, he's about the casting.
The
and
casting, no, I didn't.
I selected the time for the casting and lots. It's usually 12 o'clock in the day and I can
Yeah.
time.
I thought you were referring,
No,
I thought you were referring to the filing date. The filing date, we voted on it.
Yeah, that's
We
not.
voted on it.
Yeah, we got it for
But 5 o'clock, yeah.
yeah, because that's how, you,
I know some-
that's how you missed.
I'm
Yeah.
a military
Well, I would
person.
say
That's how you
that-
had it, that's right.
Not how I missed.
June, yes,
I'm not
no,
saying-
why
I'm not
you-
saying it missed.
That's the
That's
fact.
why I missed.
June what is the,
Yeah, that's what it said.
10th.
and what is
Oh.
that now?
That's the certification of nominees. So that's what Chief Washington is talking about.
Yeah, okay. Good.
He was 6 minutes late.
The August 2nd is the primary.
And that's the only reason that I'm talking to them again on the board.
Yes, that's
She
true.
wanted to get
That's
crazy, so.
What about the format of this? I get no, anybody like the format of the calendar? I mean, we have everything else.
I personally think the calendar should look like a calendar.
I see some states like that, but oh, it's so confusing. To stick
I
this
think it
stuff in
should
the
look-
block,
they-
we'll get there, but
I think it should look like a calendar. I think we should create.
we'll get to that
a
next.
calendar.
This is a big one.
Yeah, well, you know, actually, I'll wait and see what happens. I want to see what, if anybody thinks like I do when we have interviews and so on.
So I'm just saying that this, the monthly calendars, how they have it in the cycle, that's how Florida have it, and
Yeah.
the share days will be in New York
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we'll get there, but at least we're trying to give the references and try.
Well, we could do it internally, you know, and then work. I mean, next year is not an election year, but at least if we have the format, then in fact we know we'll be more prepared whenever you have another election. That's it.
You're trying to have the ballots done by June 10th and then mailed out a week later, June 17th.
It's certifying
So we find the nominees.
that they're eligible to be.
It's June
And once they are, and that June 10th, that's what my concern is.
17th will when our federal ballots need to be mailed out, so you need to be ready by the 17th.
Okay, so by the 17th, they have to do all of it.
And she says she's gonna be on site with a stick to create the ballots information, wherever she's gonna send wherever, so it's not gonna take that long. Once they cast the ballot, the lots, and you know who goes where, ballot creation, there's a template gonna already be ready. So it's
And
not a process.
there was one thing, there's one thing I put out in public, and I think I need to correct. Yeah, I don't mind, but I make a mistake, I don't say, right?
Like something, but no,
I say, if I say wrong, I will say wrong. We've been talking, all I've been talking about elections for the board of elections, the board of education, the party offices and so on. There's no election this year for the board of education. Huh?
But it was supposed to be, it was supposed
It
to
would,
last.
it would normally have taken place.
Not this year.
Not this year, because what has happened is that they have gone to staggered terms of office like us, so their next election wouldn't be till 2 years from now. And then,
So we're like us, then it's supposed to, because we have a visionary time.
all right.
So there's something-
But I'm going to put it this way, it's going to revert back to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
In point, because these people who got elected last election were served for 8 years, for 6 years. And so every 2 years, they wouldn't have an election after that.
6 years? Only the highest.
Only the 2 highest in each district. That starts the staggering. It wouldn't happen like that
I
again.
know.
That just starts the staggering process. Okay.
And for those, one quick question, Chair, to back to the calendar. The issue that we talked about where everybody was concerned about the dates, we received 2 dates on the 23rd, and that's when we had to put in time also, because we had a deadline for filing substitute nomination. So we put a time there of 12 noon, and then we cast in a lot at the February 6th. That's when we had to put time in. Those 2 activities happen on the same day based on the law, and that's one of the law that we have to change, because it gives the supervisor the option to selecting the casting of the last dates, which would have been 2 days after or 3 days after. It happens now to be the same day.
That's the
So we had to
23rd
try
of
in time, the 23rd of May.
So you have the casting of lots in the morning or in the afternoon?
And it's 5:30 in the afternoon.
And then what else is being done then?
12 noon is for anybody that's substitute nomination certificate. In case somebody died or something happened to the person, then you put it there.
So we saying we have 7 days to get the ballots out.
Yes, we can get it out to 7 days.
You think it's all right?
Yeah, with the PSNS, she says, yeah, that's
I
fine.
think that's not a problem. Okay, that was my concern. My other concern, go ahead, ma'am.
The, like, parties paying for their own travel, that's not just me.
Well,
For us.
why you hear you guys with that? But I want,
I don't know.
I have been going on, once we adopted a calendar, we adopted a primary election day.
No.
Nobody Democratic.
Huh? It's been budgeted. It's budgeted, it hasn't been allotted, but it's been budgeted.
How much money?
Yeah,
$250,000.
you the same every year?
Yeah.
Increase?
Yeah, they
What
know.
is it, they give us among the last
No,
primary,
no,
last
they-
primary, they give someone from five.
Yeah, they put 250 or that, but it's in
We asked for
Messenger.
350, but I.
Yeah, they reduced it because, well, no money has been allotted yet, let me put it that way. Based upon what I understand. None have been allotted.
Packages, these are packages.
So when did
that
we hear about
applicants
that?
has
You get
been
to get
offered
money.
Okay. That's one for the chair, I'm thinking of.
Thank you. This is,
That's the package of applicants for the technician.
okay.
Take
You
that
want me to,
home. You take that home and look at it at your
you don't want me to pass down to the other member?
Everybody got that.
Everybody got one?
That's yours, chief.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
wherever you go, they go.
He has a
Thank you.
card.
Thank you.
Okay, so select
Um,
quickly, time is up. Essence.
Okay, I'll get back to you before
No,
the
you
end.
said we're going to vote on
Before the
this
end
in,
of the week. Secondly, my other question.
April.
Okay,
We. April 9 joint board meeting.
No, I think we got it on first. That's a sit down district.
You vote on it today?
Yeah, look at it and look at it in
Not
the week.
today.
Look it over and get back to me, yes, and that's with it, should have 3. You only got 5, so you only 2 on the eliminator.
we voted last time to utilize Tutu Park Mall. We have a little confusion in terms of communication in regards there too. At the last meeting, I said I was going to write a letter to them. In the interim, and before that, Ms. Barbell indicated that she wrote a letter to the general manager of Tutu Park Mall. I have been, I don't know the person's name. Ms. Barbell, what do you want name?
We were walking through Monique.
We were walking through Monique,
was trying to get-
and Monique, but Monique is, Ms. Barbell is saying that we have some confusion. We agreed that we are going, and we weren't very specific. I don't know if we have been specific as to whether or not we move in both curriculum and Gomez. I can't recall. Both.
Good, I thought we were going to vote. I'm quite sure Monique on it.
Both, yeah, okay. Now, I spoke to Ms. Glendinning, I'm sorry, Ms. Creaky, Ms. Christian Creaky, recently, and she still said that we still haven't gotten, there's still no written correspondence from us. Ms. Barbell, as I said, you said you sent the letter to Ms. Diska. They don't have it. We need it out, or I will have to go write another one. If they do not have it,
I think there's a few things we need to list inside of that. Because when I
Okay.
came to Monique, I wanted to explain to her too that we're trying to, the same amount of police officers that we have on both needs to be in the same.
it would be in the area.
In the area.
Yeah, but I think that would
But
be.
they don't know what police officers we have like that. They don't know what.
But I think that would happen once we put it in writing and then we start to talk about the specifics and of
But
the
you don't think we should do the
logistics.
specifics so that they
I think
They don't want to do it.
Hey, no,
Monique
I was
wants to do
about
it.
to tell
They
you.
want to do it. None of that, but not for boss. She said her boss is backing out of it.
But first things first.
This
We
is why
need,
it is important to put those things in so
Yeah.
they could feel safe.
Because in their mind, when they have these people
Yeah.
and what's happening nowadays, they're like,
Yes.
what? No.
I'm hearing you, I'm hearing you.
They think they're going to have to
I'm
hire
hearing you,
NCPD.
I'm hearing you, but we are a month behind. And
When we just don't have a meeting and the guy doesn't come, or you meeting yourself.
they said they want to do writing. Ms. Barbell, can you give me a copy of that letter so I can hand carry it to them, please?
But like you said, you need more information, you need to put some more information.
But it was emailed, it was fully emailed.
No, I'm saying you need some more information.
Well, let me see it again, because I think what we need to get it there, and in fact said, we are available to discuss the specifics.
Yes.
All right. I know when I talk to them, they make it sound like, oh, boss, I want to.
No, she said they were willing. This letter did work.
She's willing. Oh, boss,
Yeah, no, she said that she was on it. She said she was on it. You see, this letter is February 7th, and in fact, today is the 20th of March.
Will you talk to her since that?
I talked to her twice since then, and they, you know, she's still
But I had
up.
offered to him, like, don't worry about it, we're going to provide all the police
Yeah.
security and stuff, because that's the main thing that they've been working on. Because even if we have police in the parking lot patrolling, and then the same police.
This says curriculum center. I think at the last time we said Gomez and curriculum center.
That's why I told her, because she thought it was only curriculum center, I told her it's two of them. That's
Okay,
coming over.
so okay, I will get it to her
And the
today.
numbers, you need to explain the numbers of.
Yeah, you got it.
We'll get it to her, and then we can set up a meeting if we want, if a number of us wants to meet with them and go over
You
the,
gotta look at the numbers.
and go over.
Gomez and curriculum. Gomez
Yeah.
normally is the biggest.
Yeah.
High school is normally the third or second and third, but when you put curriculum and Gomez together, you don't want to know the cap, they're going to be close to.
But again, we hope that everybody do that, people utilize that early voting. We hope that you utilize early voting, and that's one of the
section. Section I know we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I said, believe I would understand that.
And my other concern with that is, in the letter that went out in regards to early voting, I still want to find out why maybe I'm missing something. So I want to be very, I'm not trying to pick on anyone. No, I'm not trying to pick on anyone. Why are we cutting off early voting for the primary July 19th? And why are we suggesting cutting it off for the general on October 18th? Generally, our early voting goes up to and through election day. My fault.
We did discuss that to take out the date, so I will have to.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was something. I mean, Tony.
It's start, the election isn't considered early voting. What happened, a lot of people come to the office.
Right, that's
Correct.
That's
So,
regular.
correct, the regular, so would it be the day before she go cut it off, the day before,
Yes.
the day of, the normally come here from a different island also, so people need to.
Right, and so it would still, you would still, even if they vote on a provisional ballot
Correct.
at the office here. But my question is, why, is there a reason
I
why?
think we will find out what the system that getting such proposal, but we can't take out the date.
Yeah, because I don't see that,
Yeah, this is his bill coming.
I don't see that, yeah, I don't
So
see
we
that.
actually, that's what they say in other states, we look at what was out there and come up with what's best, but I don't think the day before was the actual possible, we look at it.
But I don't
Like
see-
the staff, you only have 4-member staff, and these other states have numerous folks to do some of the things that's required. So we got to look at that, but I don't think we had the day before, but we had a couple days
Well,
before.
let me tell you this before, so you'll be aware of it. We went through a number of applicants, myself, Ms. Wells, Ms. Hendricks, Mr. Sholti, and Mr. Daniel said that, they go along with whatever we do. I think Ms. Georgia said she wasn't able to be here. And one of the people that we found someone who on paper didn't allegedly meet based upon what she had on her resume, the written requirements or recommendations for the position. However, we find based upon my interview with the person, Ms. Hendricks follow-up interview on telephone with the person, that this person would be of great importance and great help and assistance to us given our experience with elections. And we want to be able to be in a position to bring that person on to in fact be as one of the election assistants under the code that the board would hire to work the election on a contractual basis. And we want that person to be here before election and during the election. That young lady, we could discuss it in executive session when we talk about the other position. But I think Ms. Wells, Ms. Hendricks, myself had pretty much discussed this idea, and I had the pleasure and the opportunity to meet with a young lady in West Palm Beach during my trip, and she is excited about that opportunity, and we're going to discuss that a little bit more when we get into this session.
I just want a clarification.
Provided we have money to do it.
You saying a contract, not the admin assistant position?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No.
I guess that's why you bring it to your attention because we're borrowing your money so you can find somewhere.
No, we have money, that's election money. That's not the election.
Election don't have money either.
That's what
That's
I tell you, we don't have
No.
But we
They
discussed it in
appropriated monies for election. Hiring of people is part.
It's not there. Where is the money? That's what I'm saying. You have to show. I'll show you the budget. We don't have the money, but we talk about it and go on there.
But let the money come to the board.
No, Mr. Attorney Salisbury is leaving now. Mr. Attorney Salisbury, any questions, anything that you need to,
I'm
anything?
gonna send you that inquiry from Stephanie Scott-Willie, because Mrs. Fox answered her query and it was her satisfaction, said,
I got some information on it. I met in St. Croix from Mr. Ross, and what it is we don't just develop policies. We have it, the same procedures you're always using. So I got with both employees, Ms. Vincent, not Ms. Richardson sent me the step that she utilized, but it's in everybody's head, it's not written. All I'm gonna do is put it into policy.
so Attorney Salisbury doesn't need to respond to
You don't need to respond.
You don't
Once we
need to
get a
respond.
policy.
Ms. Fox, you have got my email? You got my response? I sent you
Oh, yes,
a long
I
response.
got your response, yes.
And there is a document that spells out.
Exactly.
October.
But the point is, we don't have all,
procedure.
because they don't have all of them, and they're not correct, like you say, 2004. So I'm gonna update them.
No, that's 2012, that's 2012.
No.
There was a paper ballot
That's when
procedure.
it does.
The
But I'm
only
saying-
time you've had a poll paper ballot was
But
2012.
that's not what I'm talking about. Her question was more than that. She wanted provisional to be addressed, absentee to be addressed. So I'm saying we have
And
policies.
paper ballot.
And paper.
And I
So,
I
a
responded
lot
to
of
each one of
policies
them.
we have our own, and we are putting it in writing. Like I said, it's been sent, and Ms. Richardson have it out in the head. There's no policy that tells how to deal with absentee ballot. Also, Ms. Felix has been doing it for 20 years. But they have it in their heads, a piece of paper, step 1, 2, 3. Everybody wants policy now that it could be put on the website, and it also, that's what we're working on. So it will be brought to the board because it's signed by last year. Like I said, provisional one was found, 2004, dated by Ms. Wells again, shared back then. So everybody wants
policy
policies.
respond, but
Okay.
that's what we always get.
We
All right, Attorney,
responded.
thank you.
We responded.
Okay, so,
So I'll give you my budget and.
So with it, when I'm talking about the budget, I'm talking about the appropriation that have been made in the miscellaneous section that haven't been allowed.
But the van that we getting and all
Is
these
it
equipment that we
allotted for
order.
the board or allotted for?
And that is for the board for election.
Okay, then if the board can make that decision. I'm gonna say if it was allotted or not, then you have to
No,
try
The
and
folks
into doing
Right
it.
now, I'm corks and went two vans, and I can tell you we have money between now and October. Each of them will $33,000, so that's where that money
They
is.
don't handle, right?
One is here, one is.
Yeah, because
here.
board.
What kind of funds,
I love when he got the keys.
what funds were used,
She don't have the keys.
Oh, because I'm
Oh, that's a
Question.
symbolic
Question.
news media, because I didn't want to be in the
what
news.
funds were used to purchase the van?
All our local funds. So I cut out the conferences, I cut back and a lot of other stuff under the election system. Because I have no fund-
You bought out of the, out of the.
money that we get from the government. Because
All
I
the money
have,
come, every money.
no, I'm just talking about HAVA, some things you could get, but I have no access to the HAVA, it wasn't federal, so we use our local money to do that.
You said that you have no access to the Harvard money.
It's actually, we can use our money. if we do the trade.
Can you tell us why?
No, I'm showing you the report that we just got from the finance commissioner, and it's stated there that we are in the hole, because a lot of encumbrances are on the books, so we are doing that research right now.
Against the
And-
Harvard fund?
Correct, I give you the report.
But I'm just saying, remember.
I know you said that, but I'm trying to figure out.
It's there in black and white, and it says that we in the red.
I
And I
agree.
just
So
wanted to-
where is this $1.1 million that is allotted
That's
every
the same
year
question.
for Harvard funds? That they talk about in the audit.
That's what
My
they're looking for.
question a few meetings ago was when I asked, we're doing all this training, and you had mentioned, well, we could use that money as long as we use the new EAC machine. And then I was like, okay, so now you're saying we can't even use that money for the, so all of this quote unquote that is advertising that they say that St. Croix said that they're having like 100 meetings, they can't do that because where the money coming from for that?
But when they run out of money, they'll stop, doing.
Okay, no, what I was saying, they were I'm just saying back then when they were asking the question where the money coming from.
Before.
Okay, all right.
But like I said, it's encumbered, it may be usable, but we just have to go through the process. And see, I spent a week over here in St. Thomas last week, trying to meet with the Department of Finance and OMB. Some of it is under the old system, so they can bring it forward. And again, we're watching because they're gonna have a meeting, I think it's this week, OMB and Finance. Some of these encumbrances that has not been expended, they're gonna cancel them. Now again, I'm watching that because they can't put the money in the big pot. They might put the money in the general fund. You don't get it back to your, your budget. So that's how we're looking at it. But the federal money, they have to put it back in the federal pot. But we're looking at it. But there's no money there, and again, I can't spend what I don't have, so that's what it says in the budget.
Okay, so that, okay. Anything else and anything questions specifically towards the election dates? The election that we want to discuss, that you have in your mind that you want to discuss?
They have all sheets on.
My next
Call
concern
sheets,
is,
your petitions, your different parties, your affidavit, your everything.
my next concern is, you have the 45 days out for the primary and the general.
Right.
We're not gonna meet the 45 days when I have the third election, when I have the.
No, it
No.
won't.
So what?
No. Well, two things happen, you know.
No state will meet the deal.
First of all, we never got a response. I don't know, we never got a response from the Congress or the Congresswoman in regards to them moving from the 50+1 to run.
That wasn't for the governorship, that was for the delegate.
And that's the only mandate, the federal
Yeah, so you
election.
cover it only for the delegate.
It's only for the federal election. And so that's Congress.
So I don't.
Okay, it's in Congress hands now.
No, it's just because they are not only about locals, I mean, but just move back and 45 days ago.
Yeah, but you
Well,
don't
I
know.
can't guarantee you it's gonna have a tall one because we had this problem already.
Yeah, but we are not mandated by federal law that you have to be 45 days.
Okay.
Because it's a local election. We don't have a federal
They-
election.
well-
Unless we have a runoff and the delegate race.
I'm telling you, it's not too many people running for it not to.
And well, it's
Well,
not, we did our part. We've told Congress that, maybe we want to try and lobby the delegates up, tell them try and pass the law.
How many possible
I don't know how many.
Three.
As far as I know, nobody running till
Send the paper.
make something. The guy here, Lieutenant Governor running, and then hearing running mate yet. I tried to find out for last week who did running mate, but nobody can tell me.
If you
I know.
then what you know.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know. I wait and see after the 13 who's running. Yes, Mr. Gonzalez.
Oh my gosh.
From the chair to Ms. Fox, in a sense, but at the same time. So are we only dependent on local funds to keep this election going so far? That's correct. Since I've gotten on board. Has anyone determined yet what HAVA monies, I think that's what you say, you don't have it, but what HAVA monies are left in the system? Because we just asked the question, what happened to the 1.2 million and the 3.3 million? And then if you remember, HAVA said to us that they were not going to give any monies until they had an accounting of what funds they had put into the system. What's the status of those monies that were put in the system? Yes, we know there's a criminal investigation perhaps underway, but we are still left holding the bag and not determined. I'm speaking.
I don't want to.
You know?
I don't want to. The shoe squeeze in your leg.
But this is important. Ignorance and reported, make sure you pick it up. Because I'm asking the question, what's the status of you have this party are in the system now. What is the status of the federal HAVA dollars, if there are any? If there, and you're operating all on local funds as far as I understand. But what's the status? We have a zero account in the harbor, we have, okay? And then we were told that there was 3.3 million that couldn't be accounted for, and then he's asking the question of 1.2 million. So what's going to be done about the harbor monies?
Well, like I said, the team that's coming here next week will help us figure it out. The last meeting, the joint meeting, I handed out the letter I received from the Commissioner of Finance that says what's encumbered, and we had to write. I'm looking for it to have the copies for some that won't have the vehicles. I did it right when I'm done. But it's there. There's no money there. It's saying it's been encumbered. Now that's not saying it's been spent. It's been encumbered. And so now they either got to look at those that are still valid, whether it's contracts or whatnot. If not, then they cancel it, and the money reverts back to whether it's the election system or the federal bill. There are some issues and concerns, like I said, the team will find out, because I think they combine both the election fund that's territorial and they have an account. Again, that's between finance and OMB. So they did respond to certain letter to Chairman Brian when he requested what's the account, and they said that they spent some money to help defray some of the costs a couple of years ago. But you do it. I gave everyone a copy, and I have the extras, so I'm going to get them out of the vehicle. I shows you the federal money and the election fund money, which is the duplicate ID that only have about $17,000 in it.
Are you operating on a skim?
No, I operated on the 1.2 that I get from the local government, from the general fund, and that's for salaries and everything that we do day to day, and that's everything, even your stipend, that came from the local government. But you were appropriated 1.2 million and the 77,000 each of the boards. That's local money. But in comparison with that, the match that have a fund supposed to match what the government gave us also. And over the years, that has been decreasing. If you look at it, it shows that the government finances or this budget have been decreasing, and you're supposed to keep it at a certain level that it was at in 2000. So it's being worked on.
Yeah, Mr. Boshotti.
So I go back to the question that I asked.
If you would excuse me, I need to
Yes, ma'am.
go to the restroom.
Yes, ma'am.
You asked Commissioner to go back. And
I
then I go
don't
back.
want you voting on anything in my absence
Well,
because
because
the paper
you
are
can't-
deceptive.
It's only you. It's only you.
Deceptive.
Who will vote with you? You don't have the four.
It's Nelson.
You going out there if she could pass anything on here. Anyway, back to the meeting on the March 24th. Well, I should wait till she comes, because that's a question for her. For the March 24th to 26th, then you said you had all the numbers for individuals that want to talk. Suppose the past people who not hired by the board or by the election system anymore, at least declines to come to this meeting.
Oh, they have that option. They call them on the phone, and if they could answer any of the questions over the phone, go to the meeting, they'll schedule that. You know, I know,
Well,
like
I'll
I
just be
said,
wrong. Suppose member, the past supervisor decides not to come to the meeting.
Well,
Because that's why the meeting, this is really for him.
correct, but again, you know, like I said, there's other investigation that's ongoing. You know, we may not have to come to this meeting, but they're gonna be, you know, there's other entities that are doing other investigation also, and that's ongoing. The federal government will get you some earlier.
No, I just said, like, I know you said that they have the numbers, but that don't guarantee that they have to come to the meeting.
But they're gonna meet
But
most
what
of
are you
the
gonna,
meetings.
do you, is it allowed that a board member could be there?
Yes, you can, because already somebody called from St. Croix and said they're gonna come to me.
Well, tell her to her, maybe she go to another. I sure ain't going, the guy know me worrying about nothing.
Yeah,
But
but
she
they
needs
go to
information to go on the
the
radio.
members, but again,
So
you
she
can't-
needs information on the
you
radio,
can't
she would love to
detract.
come to the meeting.
You can't detract from the purpose that they're there, and they mentioned, they mentioned that the board members.
But the radio ain't gonna answer this, so she did.
They mentioned that the boards are not, the board members are not needed, they do not need to speak to any board
That's
member.
what I'm saying. I ain't spend no money from you or
I
anything.
put that out there, but the, you know, board members of St. Croix.
So when you talk about it? That don't kill me, I went and talked about how much the board members don't spend the money. Now what happens, what I agree with, is one minister for everything used to come with a lot of issues. That has to now be given authority on some of the issues, and some of the issues people got. But a lot of people don't understand there was a big subcommittee above the board that dealt with a lot of the money, which was the deputy supervisor, board, district, and the supervisor and stuff. That was the top-notch deciding factor of our funds, not the local district. This top-notch section of people don't listen. Okay. And this
What
one.
I explained to folks too, I mean, it's all across, and I was on the radio this morning, but I'm saying that somebody thinks, you got it.
Yeah, 1,000 on
1,000.
and
But, you know, there's something to report talking about when you have checks made out to yourself, but I use that because in any entity you do things like that. So when you come to St. Croix and you go to the cardiac center for board meeting, I pay for that center up front because the system, they don't take purchase orders. So they take what they have, and I don't have access to the interest fund, that would have come out of the
And
interest
the
fund.
interest fund money is the supervisor authority, has no authority from the board members. So that's why when people make noise about what the board should have done to Mr. Aronson had a full authority of the interest fund on his own. The board members cannot touch that. It does not come from the board. It does not even come from the government.
The law said that it's under the auspices of the office. Like,
Well, when the supervisor come and talk to the joint board and did his dog and pony show, everybody said, well, okay, go ahead and spend. So that's why he had the authority to spend that money, and none of the board members, well, I wouldn't say none. The majority of the board members voted that it's his money and he could spend it all the way he wanted. So that's the only, but that's the only thing I looked at that I could say that was a major problem.
So I go, in addition
So
to
then,
that.
since the
So
board
I
member
go-
came back, you can explain that the Southern board member can't come to
The
the
board members could come to the meeting for EAC.
Have a good day. I have to leave. You know, I have a.
Oh, Charles, guys.
I want to commend you on Ms. Fox. You did an outstanding job for those hours you were on this
Yeah.
morning. Outstanding. Thank you so much. I got to run, Ms. Flavia. I got appointment.
we are the last lap.
I got it.
As far as I can complain, so do I.
Today?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions, Ms. Fox, anything you want to add, or you want, you feel that we need to be doing, in terms of getting any other election for 2014 days that you think we need, or that you?
No, the polling places are big one, like I said, you're working on whatever will cancel the major polls. I looked through, I got some information from Duval, so I'm looking through some of those brochures and manuals to see if there's anything that needs to be addressed at the joint meeting. It's mostly now at the joint meeting. We're putting the packages together, you know, most of the employees are back, so you notice the staff is here, and we're getting assistance from the interns and the ROTC students. So I think we're getting the manpower that we need.
What we need, and we really have to have it, because I think we have to be very strategic in our oversight. Is we need to see updated list of eligible voters for each polling place, so that we can make a determination where.
But and even she was asking the question, how much people vote at curriculum?
Well, they have the
But
information.
I have it, and
They have the information.
study it, because I'm doing.
No, I know you didn't study, but
Because
I'm saying,
if you by
I
between
my other one, then
between
I-
October and now, we have registered almost
Okay.
1,000 voters.
But then we have losing over 2,000.
So we need an up-to-date
Yeah,
listing
I put it
so
on
that
the
yeah,
Yeah, we can't.
you cancel a
not
lot.
a council problem.
You only since last month you did 126 this month. Right?
No, but you said 1,000?
Since maybe from October to now, yeah. Yeah, you had naturalization and the like, and you will have a big one. You're having a big one the end of this month. Have a big one this month. Yeah, the 31st. Yeah, having a big one the 31st.
Don't get help.
So you
And they'll come directly here.
they come straight
The
in.
members need to come in like you all.
Well, once we know,
But I know the 31st is one day. The 31st.
Oh, the 31st is a holiday.
That's when they're doing it.
it's not a federal holiday.
No,
That's
it's not a
no
federal.
problem.
It's only
That's what
local.
they're doing
So they
anyway.
might come the next day though.
They
So we
come.
gotta be closed though.
Oh, so then we need to go to June 1.
Yeah,
They come this
so they're going to be there.
But I know we talked about that, you know, when they come with the
31st, the 31st is a big
But
one.
the lines are out the
I
door.
just haven't heard the judge mention it in one hearing.
Well, it come right here, it's dress up and all that.
They come straight.
And
And you wouldn't want down there in that old building.
it's horrible.
It used to be terrible and
Yeah.
horrible in terms
So
of
it's not you can make them
pile
wild
up, yeah.
Make them wild.
Yeah. So, anything else that
Well,
we
okay,
need?
let me ask them. So since we know that they are coming, what is the plan? What did they come in here? Did they stay out in the corridor?
But we
How is it
have
done?
done here that I know, that I work.
Yeah, they have many.
There have been ones here,
Yeah.
but I've never worked here with naturalization. But what we used to do, the old building, they'll wait downstairs or they'll come up. It's a lot of them become, it's like either
So
a
this is
lot
what I'm
or a
saying.
little
But we
bit.
have more than enough room to accommodate.
Now we
them.
should go better here. They
Yes.
come with their certificate.
Yes, because you can set up, in here.
That's what we're
And,
saying.
and in the training room, and in the
Yeah.
regular
Yeah,
room,
like
you
yeah.
can
So
still
they have
have
these
enough
put
space.
them waiting area and here and
Yeah.
unlike you had before.
Yeah.
So, you know, they come
They
and like I
have to be
said,
read the oath.
Right.
Person must be read the oath before they're able to run.
And I hate to go back to this March on 14th. Can the general public come to this meeting?
we won't think like that at this point.
No, I know that, but it'll be on the radio that it'll be on. I'm just letting you know. So then that might be the VI action committee and stuff like want to know if they can come to this meeting.
Let them call to find out.
That's I ain't saying it's right or wrong. I just tell you,
24 to the 26, when they have a big things in court.
they're going to want to know if they're allowed. And I'm just letting you
No,
know,
I'm
because
asking
when she goes on the radio and starts saying when they're coming down and stuff, you're going to have the BI Action Committee, Mr. Forbes, calling and saying, can you be part of it? So I'm just giving you.
Well, that's I mean,
I'm not, I ain't saying you have to.
I just met some, and since he said something like that, I wanted to go back to ask another question that came up. Oh, geez, so for a senior moment.
I was so obsessed with this.
That came up days on the
You know if you start talking
Like remembering, I can say something.
Yes,
when
Oh,
I
yeah, you
was-
could talk about that event.
George Blackhall wanted to invite us to do a chambers after hours.
Can we do that? And
I was happy to remember what you
New
were
business?
No, she said she was going to talk about it. You remember?
Well,
I remember.
Do you remember?
Right, no.
Oh, so guess I was up in your home here. April 3rd for chambers, 5 to
April
7.
3rd.
And then he's hoping that we do one on the 4th. And we can lock the machines up there, 5:30 to 7:30 on the.
April 3rd and 4th.
Yes. The chambers on the 3rd and the election system on the 4th. And we can leave
So
the
what we're
machines
doing,
on
but we want the machines there for days.
Yes. But he's concerned was April 3rd because that's the chambers that,
I know.
since they're there already, they're there for us on the 4th. We could bring our own lock. He would give us a chain, we
Are we-
have security there, so I
And
told him.
we're free, we can do it, and start at
It's
4th.
free.
I don't.
What time is that?
5 to 7.
5:30 to 7:30 on the
You know, anytime after 2, I
We didn't set a date for Friday.
Okay, you will coordinate it and
I
that.
can do that.
Okay. That'll be fine, I have no problems with that. Okay, we,
Well, they had another, private one.
I spoke to him yesterday, and he wanted to know if the board members can come in the daytime and they continue on to the night, with the event that they have.
it's 5 to 7.
George makes only 2 hours.
To 5 to 7.
George is on the board.
He knows better.
Yes, he knows
Yeah, he
better
do.
too.
He said he would come in the day,
To
He
do
knows
it.
better.
Then we won't do the Friday.
He knows better, the thought,
He wanted to come both days.
business after hours is 5 to 7 all the time.
5:30 to 7:30.
And that's when we'll be there and then.
And the 4th will be ours, 2 hours.
We'll do it 2 hours.
Maybe the 4th we could do earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe
we come
No,
We do.
the 2 hours is the minimum that we have to do something.
Right.
So that doesn't mean they have to be 2 hours exactly.
No, I mean, we could go a little, oh yeah, I mean.
Yeah. No, I just said, I think it's 2 hours, the 2 hours is done.
Can we maybe like 4:30?
And then don't do the 4th.
No, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter to me, whenever you
Schedule
guys.
the folks, you do a schedule, who could
Yeah,
come
that's what
one
I'm
day
saying,
and
should
who
it be
could
2
come the
hours?
other,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean,
As I always say, we have some board members who don't know how to register anybody to vote.
But then they
And
should-
can't speak, I say it all the
Yeah,
time.
I know, but-
I say it all the
Yeah.
time. And they don't know how to show the machine either.
But they're already talking about machine.
Oh, that's what it is. Empty barrel makes the most noise.
They can't cover everybody in the past, but they may.
Write the note, write the
Come up
note.
again.
Okay,
Let's move
Old
on.
business, old business chair, remember, Mr. Idle, his request
Right.
could not be done this month. so
I could imagine,
He's responded to him because right now Kimberly's out doing another election somewhere. So hopefully, I don't know if he's gonna do another, we talk about doing St. Croix later on, but if not next year, or maybe next time around, but the timing for getting ballots and
It
what
was
he
tight.
wanted could not be done in March. He wanted to-
Refresh my memory again.
He wanted to do a carnival presentation wherein he will utilize the machines as a method of voting for certain categories of contestants that would carnival event, and including the best photo which will be used for next for the 2015.
Doesn't like his process of voting.
He wanted two things. He wanted to promote the machines and seek out some sort of assistance financially for the process if that would have been done. However, we were talking or thinking that our funds would have been available for something like that, but that became a reality. It became a reality that I was not.
Because you have to
And the
put the
timing,
ballots, you
yeah,
have to
the
put the
timing,
ballots
yeah,
against
the
each other.
timing is what is.
So March, you will.
It's too ambitious. I knew it was, but we tried to do it anyway. I don't have, no, I don't have anything else. I have a few things, other things, but I don't know if it really is necessary. You want us to deal with new business, old business, and then go into discussion the administrative assistant, or stick with the agenda date?
Is there any old or new business?
Is there any?
Yes, because you were supposed to the chair.
Old business then, well, let's take the old business then.
Okay, I was gonna bring up the new business, but what?
Let's go to old business first. Anything that we need to discuss under old business? No, okay, let's go to the new business.
Okay, two things. One, referring to the primary date for the budget call. Remember, Ms. Fox did state that she would like us to make a decision, so like in a couple of days, anything after August 2nd.
We need to look at the calendar and see what's available there.
Okay, you got some your preferences?
What are the tentative dates, since I don't
It's
have.
it's June 16th to August 23rd. August 29th.
We got some dates that are blocked out, so we do those. Read the dates that are
It's Saturdays, okay, what is blocked out is the first week of August is blocked out. The 19th through the 21st is blocked out. That's August. Everything else other than.
I would recommend anywhere from the week starting the 24th to the 30th. That should give you
Of what?
of August.
So the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th.
That's our first choice.
Any choices in those? Well, what's the
It says
first choice, right?
First, second, third, then.
So
Three
anyway,
choices.
okay, so we say 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, maybe one of those.
First choice is the 4th week of August, right?
Right.
Okay. Second choice, we have the second week of August is open. We'll go for that.
11.
The 11th to the 15th.
Ms. Fox?
Yeah, that's fine.
Second week of August.
I might as well say the
Third
third
choice?
week of August. The third week of August.
Well, the third week of
You did it.
the third week of August is blocked out.
Oh, okay.
Only the 18th is available.
Well, okay. Then the 18th.
Go the 18th,
One day.
one day, August 18th.
That's our third choice.
That's the third choice, August 18th.
Then
Okay?
I have another question on the new business. You have referred to a letter from Stephanie Scott Williams.
No. Ms. Fox did.
Ms. Fox?
Email, it was like.
An email from
Email.
Stephanie Scott Williams asking for the written policy and absentee ballots, original ballots, and I think it was,
Walking.
and paper ballots, and full paper
You
ballots.
don't have a copy of that?
It's in the email. It's in the email. I don't know, Ms. Fox, did you send that to everybody, just to the chair?
I never sent it to the chair.
I can forward it to you.
I
I responded in terms of the process that is used.
You responded to
To
her?
Ms. Fox, no.
Oh, to Ms.
I responded to this.
Yeah, I responded to Ms. Fox about the process that's used for the three categories.
And you don't have a copy of your response either?
Yeah, the, but there
But the
is,
issue
as I
is you don't have the
said,
policies written, so.
there is a there was a written procedure
On paper.
for paper, whole paper ballots that were used by the board last
I
year.
gotta find a copy here somewhere.
There is a copy around. I have a copy. I have it. I don't know, you have it too?
Someplace.
I have a copy. I picked it up from in here,
Yeah, I don't have a.
someplace. I found it someplace lying around.
The reason why I'm asking is at least, since you don't have it for this meeting, next meeting, if that could be shared with all the board members.
What?
And the same response
email?
and, right.
But I didn't really look at it, the response that Ms. Fox sent.
And,
I didn't really pay attention to it this week.
And the email, and we could share it on the record.
Okay.
During correspondence. Since it's not available now, but at least I know exactly what it's about on record.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I
Okay.
have.
The only other item then we have is the discussion on the hiring of the administrative assistant. We need to.
And the other proposal that you talked about.
Yes, and we talked about that.
Oh, so you want to cross it from today?
Let's pick the times and the people and so on. So can we get a motion going executive session to discuss the,
I move that we go into
possible-
executive session to discuss the hiring of the new administrative. I mean, nothing, the interviewing process.
all right. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, properly moved and seconded by Ms. Hendricks, seconded by Ms. Hendricks, by Ms. Georges. we'll be in an executive session to discuss. Any objections? Hearing none, so ordered. We'll be in an executive session to discuss the hiring. Madam, we report back to you in terms of what we've done and who would, who would be getting the interviews for the position. It'll be an executive session. It'll be 10 minutes. It wouldn't be that long. Ms. Marshall, we ask that you excuse yourself since we want to discuss these people.
Former client was still going.
And you'll have to take the camera off. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
No, you need to see that your money.
I know we